Well, we hope so. The last batch of ministerial nominees were announced by the president, and ultimately we had a press conference also addressed by the new information minister, and that swells up the number to 110, receiving extreme criticism from some civil society as well as members of some think tanks and the media. But more importantly, what do those who tend to watch the space of politics and the space of the democratic dispensation think? And we have an academic on the line. Dr. Edward Brenya is a regular contributor on the show. He's a political scientist with the Political Science Department of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. A very good morning to you, Dr. Brenya.
Good morning.
Now, particularly, you look at some overall the criticism against the presidency for a swell number of 110 ministers and their deputies, etc. Would you say those criticisms are justified or not?
Good morning to the listeners of joining. Yes, if we are looking at the criticisms that is coming, of course, we know this criticism is coming because this is an unprecedented figure. Ghana has not witnessed that number of political appointees in the history of the country, especially with the Fourth Republic. Even when we take that of President Kufuor, we still realize that 910 is small than what's expected. And some of what it become a bit more worrying is the fact that Nana comes in promising to protect the public purse. And we also see that recently there's been a review of the Article 71 holders' salaries and allowances. And you ask yourself, if all these people are going to draw their salaries and allowances from the state purse, then of course you cannot run away from the fact that it has and it will sort of drain the public purse. Coming to the justification that was given by the information minister as to why that number is justifiable, a whole lot of things comes into play. I'm speaking on this, and I've made reference to a book that was written by Gabler and Osborne, Reinventing Government in 1992, the book that became the backbone and the model that Clinton used in administering the American economy then. We saw a high growth and a lot of budget surplus. And that book essentially argued for government operating like the private sector, relying on less skilled labor to increase productivity. If we are going by this book and some of the management and economics model that tells us that when you have skilled labor, that skilled labor being used in division of labor and made to exert its fullest can actually provide, increased productivity. And if we want to believe, as we have all already applauded Nana for selecting some of Ghana's finest as ministers, the big question you ask yourself is that if these are those skilled labor, if they are the Ghana's finest that we applauded him for, then why is he packing their offices with several deputy ministers? What exactly are the deputy ministers going to do? Are they going to cease to be political appointees? Remember, those individuals are political appointees. Irrespective of whatever analysis or judgment, they are political appointees. They are not going to do the day-to-day administration of the place. No, that is left to the public and civil servants. The chief directors and others are going to do the work. These people are going to exert supervisory role. The politics administrative dichotomy, even though today we talk about complementarity, still does not allow some of these people to perform that role. They only exert supervisory role. And therefore, the big question that baffles my mind, which I've been asking since yesterday, is that is Nana packing a lot more of these people because he does not trust in the expertise of this that he selected? If those are people, as we have seen them from afar, some of Ghana's finance that we believe Kenneth Furiata did wonders at Data Bank. So why does he need 3 deputy ministers?
But ultimately, Dr. Brenya, if you take a look at the numbers, the question that others from the same political divide will ask is, numbers necessarily will not matter. Once you look at the output of these individuals overall to the general policy direction of the Akufo-Addo-led government?
Numbers does not matter. Productivity is what we should focus on. And I'm saying we academics and we are guided by theory. The modern management economic theory is that you reduce the size of labor, get labor that's efficient and skilled, and when that efficient skilled labor, skilled labor is able to use the available resources, technology and others, then of course you can increase productivity. When you have a lot of skilled labor at work, sometimes you duplicate the effort. Labor is not used to its fullest. And therefore, and that in itself can affect productivity.
Well, your point has been made. Your point has been made, Dr. Edward Brenya. Unfortunately, we have to end the discussion here. And then I guess that in the course of regular programming on the channel, as we always do, we have to call you to give us the latest update on the subject, and especially get us a lot more of those theories as well for us to ponder over. But we've been speaking to Dr. Edward Brenya. He's a political science lecturer with the political science department of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. But ultimately, we've had discussions with Emmanuel Tremantinge Jakun, who is a member of parliament for Ayawaso West Wuogon, as well as the Busa South member of parliament, Dr. Clement Apak, on many varied issues, particularly on the subject of the budgetary approval processes and ultimate budget approval, and the nurses' protestations yesterday, and also looking at the number of ministers swelling up to 110, and we had entertainment and a couple of other thoughts. Well, thanks for joining us today. We hope that we'll see you same time tomorrow, and we'll have great discussions on many issues confronting your mind and your intellect same time tomorrow. Bye-bye. Have a great morning.